Maybe. Alright, everyone, we are live. Sorry I started a little bit late. I had to record my live commentary for my Mew race for Scott. So yeah, everyone, make sure you keep an eye on Scott's channel. Tomorrow, he's going to release his yellow Mew race, and I'm in it. And I'm probably one of the top 10 times. Spoiler alert, I did not get first place. Yep, I was only ever meant to win Porygon. And, I'm hoping I get something easy, because, obviously I started this a little later. I said this last time with Wooper, but I changed my mind on it. If it's going to be something really bad, I will just reroll. One time. Hopefully, I won't need to do that. There we go. I don't think so. No. Any other day I would do this, but let me just reroll once and I'll choose between the two. Okay, you had to give me something even worse. But to be fair, Volbeat does have Tail Glow. Let me look at its set again. Alright, we'll just pick between these two. Oh, bad Brock. Alright, at least it'll get Tail Glow with Specialist Pokemon number 69. I'll just look between these, do a third, I won't tell. You know what? Sure. Third option. Oh my god. Yeah, I wonder what I'm gonna pick. What the... You guys, what do you guys think I should pick? I did Volbeat in Platinum. And I think that was a video, or no, it was ORAS. You know what? We gotta go all out with this thing. We've gotta get a god tier time. Anything less is unjustified. Alright. I think this will absolutely beat Celebi's time. But that's gonna be a hard time to beat. But I essentially know what the moveset's gonna be. But since it is later, I'm just making an exception for myself. Like, I know normally this is the time I start these runs, but if I have I have a 6 o'clock the next day, but if I had like a 7 o'clock, I wouldn't have minded doing Bellsprout. Besides, well, Bellsprout would just be Growth and Solar Beam. Yeah, so, yeah, it literally gets everything it could ever want. It gets Calm Mind at level 30, Ice Beam at 35, we can teach it Surf, it's always gonna rain, and we can purchase, or no, we can't purchase Thunder, it's at the power plant. It does get Shockwave, you know? I think we would just have to stick with Shockwave. I don't think going to the power plant for Thunder is a good idea. I mean, theoretically, if we choose not to buy any vitamins, we could buy Thunderbolt, but honestly, I think with Calm Mind, I think Shockwave will be enough. But since we are on the slow level up group, I do think it's a good idea to get most of the candies. I think the only ones I'm going to skip are the Sevi Islands candy, the Route 12 candy, and that's probably it. I think I'll get every other candy. But anyway, let's go ahead and start the run. Like, I know I didn't like how I had to reroll, but sometimes I have to prioritize myself first. Like, I sat through that Spinnerack run when I had to sit at 6 o'clock the next day. I did a similar thing with Wooper. Like, I'm not doing it 3 times in a row. Most common water types, Gyarados. Yeah, it's a good point, yeah. It's just Thunder just seems like the default thing to go for. Alright, so yeah. Modest. You know, what's our stats? 150 special attack, 90 speed. 90 speed is essentially enough for everything. Our physical attack is still pretty decent. Not like we'll need it, though. But yeah, essentially the only disadvantage, unless I was making $1,000 and not losing sleep. I don't need to be doing that, but normally I've been used to doing the streams at like 7 p.m. EST, not 9 p.m. EST. But definitely in the new year, when I go back to a more reasonable schedule, the runs will probably go somewhere in the middle, like an 8 p.m. EST. The reason I was doing 9 p.m. EST was because I wanted to give myself time to like go to the gym and edit videos and stuff. But I'll definitely change that up later. Besides, either way, we've done way too many bad runs for Daily December, for the random runs. Like, even you guys could admit, we've done way too many bad runs. Like, we need a break. Where's my controller at? There it is. Alright, go ahead and set a modest nature. IVs. Right here. Unless I was making a... Yeah, I'm definitely not making $1,000 off of this, but Daily December has been pretty good, I'll just say that. As well as a good mon who's had poor planning and therefore also became a bad run. Good mon with poor planning, you mean Scizor? Scizor Platinum run, which technically was my second run because apparently I've done it before and I didn't realize it. Okay, anything else to update? I guess an over-under. I'm gonna go 44 to 45. There we go. But yeah, definitely for the new year, I'm gonna have streams start at varying times. I'll have the random streams start earlier, and the pre-designated streams start at later times. That's probably what I'll do. All right, do we think we're ready? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're ready. 3, 2, 1, go. I mean, it is gonna play the. It is gonna say like the rain the rain is pouring, but look. Oh, bit too late for that. But the actual rain falling effect will not play, but the text will display though. Dude, turn frame encounter. Yeah, if I didn't have a 6 o'clock shift the next day, I definitely would have stuck with Bellsprout. It would have just been Sleep Powder, Growth, and Giga Drain, and I think that would have been my only special move. Turn frame encounters are 1%. Dang. Ooh, lucky. Double lucky. Wow. And no, Scott's patch does not have guaranteed catches. Not even he does that. I better get that antidote. Question. We are in the slow level up group. Is it still worth fighting the Light Years Junior Trainer? Honestly, no. If we need to, we can just fight the Hiker in Mount Moon. Yeah, this is literally minimum battles. Well, not literally minimum. I did accidentally kill a Pidgey. Yeah, the forest is bigger, yes. Yeah, in the Pewter Mar here, the only thing you really need to buy is just as many repels as you can. What I started doing in my runs is, normally when I get Substitute, I will stop by the Fuchsia Mart and buy max repels instead of super repels. But I don't think this thing needs Substitute. So what I'm going to do... Oh wait, the last would have been faster. Oh well. Or I could buy, like, super repels in Lavender, but I usually end up going through that area to get to the Safari Zone anyway, so I'll just buy max repels while I'm there. No, I don't need to heal. This guy I will fight. Wait, am I gonna have enough PP? Oh, no, I won't. I'm not gonna have enough PP. Little detour, but I just don't want to start over. Dude, I was one water pulse short. I 100% blame that bug catcher. If I did not fight the bug catcher, if I had fought the last instead, I would have had enough PP. You got no P? Yeah, my goal is to get first place. This thing is 100,000% better than Celebi. Yeah, I do know about the Ether. I know in Fire Red and Leaf Green, you don't have to fight the Rocket. Smash Math, you underestimate, like, how much I know about Fire Red and Leaf Green. I'm still gonna save here, just in case. I don't think it's necessary, though. I was correct in saving. That Pidgeotto lived. Ancient Power. Is it ever worth going for this? Probably just for PP management, I guess. Question is, do I have enough PP to get to the Elixir? I should, yeah. I don't think I'll even need to use Ancient Power at all. Here, I haven't ran it myself, but I watched quite a few runs. Yeah, I initially gave Scott a lot of pointers about Fire Red and Leaf Green, but by the time he was playing Fire Red and Leaf Green, I had been playing it at that point for over a year. Plus, with all the Fire Red backports I've done, and my Leaf Green leaderboard has the most amount of Pokemon on it compared to my other games. Plus, I used to do Fire Red randomizers too. Back when I did those randomized solo runs where the 3 starters were random, I'd put them up as a poll asking like, hey, who should be my starter? And then all the like items on the ground were random, and all the gym leaders' teams were random, but I still had to do the run. I still remember a run where Wild Butterfree were holding the Thunderbolt TM. That was actually pretty funny. They don't know my boy has the 64th place. Fire Leaf Green 90% glitchless. Who are you talking about? Is my run 64th place on the leaderboard? I set that run when I was 17 years old. Me? Nice. Dude, I still haven't fixed that? But yeah, that run's like probably 6 years old. That run was literally my 17th birthday special. Yeah, that run was pretty bad. You could probably see the quality it was on. I recorded it with an Amazon Fire tablet aimed at my pink DS Lite. Fix what? I'm confused. What are you talking about? By record, I mean, is this the ultimate goal to get faster time with Kyogre and Fire and Leafgreen than anyone ever? Oh, no, not that. These solo run rules are arbitrary. Like, everyone plays by their own rules, essentially. I'm basically running against myself. I just realized I probably should have gotten the person berry. Oh well. Pokeguy verified it? I don't know. I don't know who verified it. It was a long time ago. I'm sure he was a leaderboard moderator back then, so he's verified lots of runs. Oh, nice. Body slam. Uh-oh. Time waste. But yeah, I remember, like, running Fire Red and Leaf Green honestly sucked because you do have to do RNG manipulation for your starter unless you do the Manipless category. But Fire Red and Leaf Green has variable RNG manipulation. The reason? You know the guy south of Professor Oak's lab, the one who goes, "Science is amazing"? That guy moving around can slightly increase the lag it takes to get into Professor Oak's lab, which does affect the RNG timing. So even if you think you got it frame perfect, you probably didn't get the correct offset. Like, you might be a frame off even if you were on time. If that makes sense. It was so annoying. You had to constantly adjust for an offset. And the thing is, the random Squirtles you get would depend on your trainer ID. So you weren't always guaranteed the same Squirtle, so you just had to know different strats based on your nature and stats. No. The RNG seed starts as soon as you confirm your name. That's when it starts. Because I used to run a separate timer that would beep on, like, a certain frame, and that's when it would start. Oh, wait. I forgot Scott's patch doesn't get rid of the thing. One sec. That was my bad. Should have realized that. I really need to ask MVF to get this into my overlay so I don't have to keep doing this. Yeah, it's insane. Those runs are insane. Not as insane as Heart Gold runs. It sucks how I can't just freeze the trash can puzzle to be true, because I've done this before. If you freeze the trash can puzzle value in Pokebite, it messes up things in Blaine's gym. It's like some... what is what? Dude. Should I heal? Nah, I'll just heal at the rock tunnel. Actually, the question is, will Water Pulse one-shot everything? Uh-oh. Never punished. Oh, the code you need? I would like my I'm using the non-encrypted mapper. I would just like the trash can puzzle to be preset, like when I enter Surge's gym. There's a little flag for it, but you can't set it ahead of time because as soon as you enter the gym, it unsets. It's weird. I'm sure it's a very simple line of code, but I just don't know how I would do it. Grabbing last almost ruined it. Pretty much. Yeah, and also they manipulate the lottery to get a Master Ball. They do that in Crystal as well. And fun fact, they would, or no, it was in Gold and Silver. In Gold and Silver, they manip the Master Ball to catch the Gyarados as an HM user. Speaking of Soul Silver. Alright, if he doesn't do it, reach out to me. You can probably put it in your methods, especially if you're in Search Gym, flip the Bowline to True. I can DM you my overlay if you want. The code is so small. Like, it's very simple. Like, you see, like, most of the images you see on screen, those are just in OBS. Like, the actual overlay is just text and images. It's very simple. It does have a method section in it, yes. I have added some methods to it, but not methods that would directly edit stuff in Pokebite. I haven't made a method like that. But I'm sure if I look at the one you make, I could easily, like, reference it in the future if I gotta add something else to it. Nice, I avoided the spinner. But not this Geodude. Alright, I'll just use Ancient Power. Ignore that Torterra. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I'll have to check those too. What am I doing? Oh, right, this. Wait. Dude, there's no reason to go in here. Dude, I am messing this up. It was a re-rank I did in the Discord server. I re-ranked Torterra and Pearl. I need to upload it to the channel for members only, but I'm gonna wait until January to do that. I don't like those stairs. Me neither. If you, like what I've noticed with my new route where I just overbuy on repels and just buy max repels and fuchsia, unless you need vitamins, there's never a reason to go in the department store. Or I guess unless you need the, like, Reflect TM or something like that. Do you need the tea? Oh yeah, you're right, I do need the tea. Right. I was focused on trying to go so fast, I just forgot. Thanks for the reminder, though. Oh, wait. Shit. Yep. Crap. Yeah, I know. I have no idea how I messed up that bad. Yeah. I'm sure I can still get a very good time despite all this. I mean, at least all the trainers are defeated. I was gonna have to defeat them either way. Whoops. Yeah, probably like a minute. Yeah, this run will go a lot smoother once I get access to Surf. Plus level 30 Calm Mind. Also, I like to call these two rocket grunts the toughest rocket grunts, because them having like Sandslash and Arbok in their teams of 3 actually makes them pretty tough. Yeah, true, but it was losing a minute over stupid stuff. Like, that was incredibly stupid. I think I need some Calm Minds for the Kangaskhan. Yep. That thing has good special defense. I would have just used Water Pulse twice. I was worried about a Mega Punch crit. I've had that Kangaskhan screw me up in so many ways in the past. I didn't trust it. Oh wait, I never taught Shockwave, did I? I didn't. No wonder that Gyarados was so hard. Probably should have kept Body Slam, but oh well. I'm gonna learn Ice Beam at 35 anyway. You know, if I were Scott, you know what I'd get right now? Return. But Return is a heavily overrated move in Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's just the huge abundance of Intimidate users just makes it not worth it. Damn it. It's really hard to go through this on 4x speed without seeing one of them. It's annoying, but what can you do? Wow. Finally, our best move. Alright, I'm actually not gonna fight Koga yet. I think the rival's gonna be easier. Because the rival has lower levels than Koga. Because I don't think I'm gonna one-shot Muck. Fortunately, the rival here doesn't have Sand Attack. He does have Feather Dance, but it's not going to matter. I can set up one Calm Mind for free. I'm going to do Erica when I get Ice Beam. Oh, that Charizard actually outsped. Who knows? If this ends up being... If this ends up, like, being very close to Celebi's time, I'll probably give it a re-rank. We'll see. Alright, final moveset. I mean, yeah, I was 6 levels lower, but still. Not many things have outsped me at this point. Alright, I am gonna need the rare candy, because slow level up group. I was going so fast I forgot how elevators worked. Alright, time to cause property damage. That's kind of an awkward save spot. Alright, I think I just need +2. I already got Lapras. Lapras is my strength user. It's normally my surf user, too. But not needed. You're so fast, I didn't see the Lapras. Yeah, red, blue, fire, and leaf green is always Lapras. It's only yellow where it's either Squirtle or Lapras. Also, check this out. You can dig out of Sabrina's gym in this game. Only her gym, though. You can't dig out of Blaine's. Sabrina's is the only one. It sucks how Erica's gym has one extra trainer in it, but what can you do? Unfortunately, she does not have Sleep Powder. She does have Stun Spore. But she's just going to be a series of one-shots. And another Twitch bot. Interesting question. Should I fight the jugglers that have Sandslash and Arbok? No. I'm gonna go extra greedy this run. You already outspeed Blaine's entire team? Oh yeah, that's true. His fastest Pokemon, I think, is like 99. No, don't Calm Mind. Sweep. Of course, that Muck always survives. At least I got Shockwave. Seriously, no matter what I do, that Muck always survives. Yeah, Calm Minded if you run into issues, exactly. Dang it. Dude, I hate these small islands. This guy is an optional trainer, but he guards a rare candy. Scientist Braden. Oh my god. That could have gone bad. The repel ran out at the worst time, and I'm not kidding, that wild Muck actually saved me. Got any tips for pause buffering erratic spinners? I'm trying to think. I usually notice they tend to either look left or right with whatever direction they're facing. So I think your best chances are if they face the opposite direction from you. Like, if you're on their right side, wait for them to look left. Like, it's not a guarantee, but it's your best chance. That's what I try and go for. It's not a perfect guarantee. Unless you figure out, like, how to code those guys to not be spinners, but just be, like, stationary trainers. Whoops. Alright, cool Trainer Warren. Oh, it's only 84? Oh, might have been thinking of yellow version. Oh, 92. Oh, 92. Yeah. I thought 99. But I knew it was in the 9. And I'm pretty sure it's the Rapidash. Now, I never uncode the spinner until like mid-thump like 99% of the time. Did my dues with the bag trick before doing it in Emerald. Ah. I do wish the bag trick, though, still worked in Gen 4. I know something Shadow Stitch taught me. For Black and White, and Black 2 and White 2, the best strat is to literally use the bike. Because the bicycle is so fast, you just wait for them to look away from you, and you just use the bike. Because it just goes so fast. You know what's funny? I've almost never used Ice Beam this run. Oh, it's a good thing I did, because that Alakazam could have disabled Ice Beam. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but like Gen 5 bikes specifically. Knew that was going to happen. Alright, time to use the candies. Gross. Gross. And the Charizard, I know for a fact, has 150 speed on the champion fight, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. Charizard can actually outspeed you. True. Oh. Spit on him? It could... Well, it has Wing Attack and Slash. Which theoretically, if I'm on low health, it could outspeed and crit, but still. It also does trigger me how Scott never deposits stage M users. He thinks it's too slow, but it's always worth preventing the champion from ever whirlwinding you. Smash, that's not funny, dude. I never forgot that Black and White Charizard run. I'm like, hey, this thing, or it was in Gen 4. I'm like, hey, John, does this thing learn, Solar Beam? He's like, yes. Or no, it was an Emerald. He's like, yeah, it learned Solar Beam. Then I went to the Safari Zone and realized it didn't, and I knew I was screwed at Wallace. I never forgot that. Yeah, Lorelei is definitely a little fishy for sure. I'm going to save here because I do not think Surf is going to one-shot the Hitmons. I don't think it will. Yeah, it was Gen 4. Oh, it did one-shot them. Those things love surviving special hits, so that's actually kind of surprising. Well then, okay. I must have forward ported the hiker. Now the question is, will Surf one-shot the Gengar? Oh, it does. Thing is, I don't think it'll one-shot the second one. It outsped. Interesting. That Haunter's bad. It doesn't even have an attacking move. Well, Dream Eater, but that doesn't count. I think just one Calm Mind is all I need. Yeah, Gengar's special defense isn't that great. I know in Gen 1, their special stats are so good. They're essentially weak to physical moves. I had a feeling that would survive. Uh-oh. Get rid of it. Oh, that Charizard's going to outspeed. Not anymore. Surf would have done more? Oh. 38-48. Way faster than I thought. No resets or blackouts. I did have some minor time losses. Like, I lost about a minute because of forgetting how Leafgreen works. And I will say, I did not expect the Exeggutor to live in Ice Beam. To be fair, that was 100% damage rounding, I think. I think if I had gotten the Victory Road Rare Candy, it would have been a rounding threshold. You know, this run is super good, though. I think I'll stick with it. I would have done a second run if I had like 3 resets on the champion. But no, it was just that broken. You know what? With the amount of bad runs we've been doing, it's good to finally do a godlike Pokemon. I mean, Kadabra was godlike, but it still had to deal with a couple threats. I might have died to Surf. Probably. Oops. Alright, Kyogre was level 58. 0 resets, real time of 38-48, game time of 2:30. I think I'll re-rank Kyogre if anything beats it. Yeah, if some Pokemon gets a faster time than Kyogre, I'll re-rank it. But that's a very good run. And if I didn't do those, like, screw-ups with, like, the hideout... And this probably would have been, like, a 37x. But, no, I'll redo it if something ever beats this time. Which, most things are not going to do. But, I'm glad this was a shorter stream. I kind of need it after the last several. But anyway, thank you all for standing by. I do appreciate it. Tomorrow is actually going to be the Pokemon Platinum with Bonsly video. And then a random Bonsly stream. But, also heads up, tomorrow Scott's Thoughts is releasing his Mew race. And on this channel at 1 PM EST, which will be the exact same time as he puts out his video, I will release my race submission with live commentary. So make sure you watch Scott's race first, and then you can check out mine so you can see the actual run, because knowing Scott, he'll probably show my run for like 10 seconds and call it a day. And he'll just focus on the top 3.